A few things to air in this video, but to remind any person unaware of the targeting program that I and many better people endure indefinitely, coincidences occur laughably too frequently for them to be coincidences. They are part of the targeting. I was riding back from the car today when a black guy, mobile phone in hand, surprise, surprise, quickly crossed the road to get nearer to me, and as I rode past, I hear him say, "Clark Kent." The weather has been quite cold, something to do with the winter, I believe, and I was wearing trousers today and not shorts, yet it's quite apparent he's referring to my recent bad Superman videos. Why else would someone rush across the road to utter Clark Kent when I'm within earshot, just as I ride by? I didn't record it, but I have plenty of instances in my playlist videos where I have recorded lots of other apparent coincidences. I received my new Santander card recently. I wasn't too pleased to see the numbers 666 as part of the 16-digit card number. I was immediately reminded of the time a car, during the early hours, parked temporarily between my loaned car and a lorry on an empty cul-de-sac where I used to park occasionally. Do you believe this was coincidence? This program needs you to be in heightened aware mode, and the repetition of certain abusive terms and threats and various types of noise directed my way is one means to do that. Deliberate noise campaigns from neighbours is another, as is this car drawing up behind me with a 666 number plate. Following this night, I recorded a couple more instances of evil-looking number plates, but believe only the first was a deliberate part of my targeting. Finally leaving. In the video uploaded on the 27th of November, I filmed the missing space where my car's catalytic converter used to reside until a thief or thieves cut the pipes either side of it and left me with another financial hit. I cannot prove whether this was part of my targeting. In this road and almost opposite the car is a CCTV camera on a lamppost. The car is parked not within the borough that I exist, which is Southwark, but in the borough of Lewisham, which is also in South East London. The police said this camera didn't belong to them, so I contacted Lewisham's CCTV monitoring team responsible for the cameras around the borough of Lewisham, after noting that the number on the lamppost was not among the list of their cameras on their website. Here's their reply. I then contacted Lewisham Homes. Here is their reply. One would have expected Lewisham Council's CCTV monitoring unit, more than most, to be able to track down ownership of this camera, but no. I tried searching Lewisham's web for another contact that could potentially help me see who stole the catalytic converter, but there were no relevant contacts other than those I'd already tried. So I used their make a compliment or complaint form. I haven't received a reply yet. Last night I got to sleep quite quickly. Having to sleep in this road where I park the car during the day is not conducive to a good night's sleep, which is why I usually drive to quiet residential roads, but because I have no catalytic converter, I'm reluctant to do my regular nightly ritual of driving to a different and quieter area for a better sleep. I woke about 2 a.m. and became aware of a car flashing its headlights, and this might have been the reason I woke up. By the time I began recording, the driver refrained doing this but kept the lights on and engine running. The next clip is in real time, and all you will see is a pair of headlights switched on. So if you'd rather not look at headlights aimed at the car, then forward about 2 minutes to where the driver decides to turn them off. I then realise there's a van very close behind me, inches from the car, and not happy with someone parked that close, I decide to risk a short drive forward for some breathing space. This loaned car and my nightly sleepover starts first time every time without fail. It might be ancient, but it is reliable. I placed the key into the ignition and turned the engine on. Within a week, I've had the catalytic converter nicked, and now, without any hint building up to this, the battery is dead or dying. I've also had my toe clips on my bike, the bolt and nut removed, disappeared 3 times this week. Perhaps I'm just unlucky. Since having to sleep in this road over the last week and feeling a lot more tired during the day compared to when I didn't have to, I've been woken through the night by the burning and pain that I experience when I'm in the flat, though it's not just to the areas afflicted when in the flat, such as those parts of my body facing the flat underneath, but additional ones. Maybe not being able to drive elsewhere for my nightly sleep was part of a plan, so I'm in effect a sitting or laying duck. Or, perhaps like the stalking by strangers, the perfectly timed abuse when on the bike or in the car, and more harmful things being carried out when I'm in the flat, it's all just coincidence.